Power flow, so we'll be starting at 10 o'clock. And your mat, and we'll get going. I am filming this both on Instagram Live and on YouTube Live as well. YouTube Live I'm sort of testing out because I know the connection wasn't the best, so yeah. So 10 o'clock will start, so if you need to get any water or anything like that, then do so. It's going to be a very movie session, so you may want some water. And so turn this down. Oh God, moving you around. Are you ready for power play, sweetie? Yeah, you are, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, wow. This is my cat. None of you have seen her already, which I'm sure you have. Right, I need to get a hair bubble. Right. For those that have joined me, if you can give me a little wave or comment, just wonderful. And yeah, hopefully this is working. What time are we on? Hello, Toffle. Just like meerkatting. Got a few more minutes. Fabulous. Please say the internet is working. Toffle. Maybe not. Yeah, if you can give me a wave or a little, you can flip one of those things up. Yeah, so those that have just joined me, if you can give me a little wave to let me know that you can hear me okay. I don't quite trust my internet connection, you see, so I may need to move rooms. This is quite far away from my router, so let me know. Also, if you have just joined, then you just need a mat and a bottle of water, and we will be starting at 10 o'clock. But yeah, just give me a little something to let me know that you are there. That would be fab. We've got 1 more minute. What have you got attached to your head? Amazing, thank you, darling. And I think almost here. I don't know if YouTube Live is working, but I'll leave it on anyway. Who's joining? Liz? Fab. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock. So yeah, if you haven't already, just get yourself a glass of water and yeah, your mat, and we'll get going. Right. Hello, sweetie. Why don't you just sit there? Okay. Okay. So we're going to start today's session. She leaves that much cat hair. Oh. So we're going to start today's session at the top of our mat. Now we can bring feet together or feet hip width apart, just whatever you prefer. And we're going to start to go into our meditation from here. And we're going to start to gently close the eyes. Just turn my music down a little for this. Okay. So, closing the eyes, we're going to start to ground ourselves. Start to try and center ourselves through the breath. Feeling the feet in complete contact with the mat here. We're going to lift the toes. And then we're going to start to place each individual toe back on the mat. Just finding our foundation here. We may feel a little bit unsteady on our feet with our eyes closed. Just having a little bit of a sway to find that centering. Drawing the arms to the side of the body. Inhale and exhale. Just finding that breath here, that steadiness. Once we've found that stillness, just grow from that stillness. So coming a little bit fuller. Just finding our breath. And we're going to draw the shoulders back. And we're going to bring the palms up to heart center. We're going to start to rub those hands together, creating some heat here. And then placing the hands over the eyes. And as we start to slowly draw those hands away, we're going to start to flicker open our eyelids. Okay. What are you doing? Have you seen this cat? Okay. So we're going to inhale, drawing those hands up. Grabbing hold of the left wrist with the right, we're going to start to bring ourselves over to the right hand side. Feeling into that side body. And then coming back to center, grabbing hold of the right wrist with the left hand and coming over to the left side. And then stretching through, interlacing those hands, stretching as far as we can, waking up the body here. And then releasing those hands. We're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to flop down and go breathe out of the mouth. So inhale, exhale down. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale. Got 2 more of these. Exhale. Inhale. And floating all the way back up. And we're going to release ourselves all the way down into our forward fold, just letting everything go here. So just letting the body land where it lands, just feeling heavy. We may want to bend the knees slightly if we've just got out of bed. Everything might be a little bit tight with the legs. Maybe having a little bit of a sway. And then starting to curl all the way up, head and neck being the last thing to come up. Okay, so we're going to go into our sun salutations. So again, either having toes together, heels apart, or if it's more comfortable, having those feet out hip width apart. And we're going to start to inhale, drawing the hands up. I'm going to go through the sun salutation A slowly at first, and then we'll do the second one quicker. So inhale, exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening that spine. Exhale, bending the knees, we're stepping back to our plank. We're going to drop the knees on this first sun salutation, sending shoulders forward, dropping the chest, hovering here, pushing back up. So we're doing our sun salutations with a little bit of a twist. So dropping down and floating all the way to our cobra. Inhaling here, exhale, tuck the toes, push back to downward dog. And just having a little stretch out here. So if we want to start to pedal the legs, opening up that body. Inhale and exhale, pressing through the hands. Looking towards the top of the mat, we're going to step forward with one foot, joining it with the other. Oh my gosh, Toffel, you are like putting hair everywhere, sweetheart. So inhale, halfway lift, exhale, float down. And then start to uncurl the body, head and neck being the last thing to come up. Okay, so that was our first sun salutation A. And we're going to do 2 more of those, but quicker, with added little twists, of course. Now, if you want to stay with that version that we've just done, with bending the knees, dropping the chest, then do so. I'm going to demonstrate the more advanced posture, so you can follow me with that, or stay with the more modified posture, just listening to your own body. So we're bringing feet together or hip width apart, drawing those shoulders back, arms by the side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening that spine. Exhale, bend the knees, placing the hands down. And we're going to jump all the way back to our plank. We're going to send the shoulders forward, bringing the wrists in towards the body. And we're going to push it all the way back up. It's a little press up there for you. Now sending the shoulders forward, we're going to come all the way through into our upward dog. Inhale here. Exhale, tucking the toes, push back to downward dog. And looking towards the back of the mat, in between the heels, in between the knees. Pressing through those hands, those shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Using this downward dog as our time to rest, to connect back with our breath. Now looking towards the top of the mat, we can either step or following me, having a little hop to the front, trying to land gently. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, float all the way down. And then starting to uncurl the body, drawing those shoulders back, head and neck being the last thing to come up. And just taking a breath here. Okay, so we've got one more sun salutation A. So we're going to draw the hands all the way up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend to the knees. Now we're going to jump all the way back into our chaturanga this time. So again, going up a level. If we want to stay with the previous, then do so. So placing the hands down, bending the knee, and we're jumping all the way through to our chaturanga into our upward dog. Take a little bit of practice. Inhale and exhale, making sure that those thighs are off the ground. And coming back to our downward dog. And each time we come into our downward dog, trying to come a little bit deeper, trying to draw those heels towards the ground. If our hamstrings are very tight, then we can stay with our bent knees. Just listening to the body and taking those modifications that we need to. Inhale and exhale. And we're looking to the top of the mat, and we're going to hop if this cat lets me. Okay, sweetie. Bend the knees and bring forward. Oh, sorry. Oh no. Did you get caught in the jump then? This is the issue with having cats around when you're doing yoga. Exhale, come down. Are you okay? She's okay. Flapping all the way down, just letting everything hang here. Inhale and exhale. And then float all the way to the top, head and neck being the last thing to come up. Okay, so we're going to go into our sun salutation B with a twist. So bringing those feet slightly hip width apart if we weren't already. And we're going to start to bend into our chair posture. So making sure that the knees aren't overextending over the feet. Inhale, exhale, come a little deeper. Now we're going to start to come up onto the tiptoes. Finding our balance here, finding our drishti point. So our drishti is our point of focus, something that's not moving that we can focus on. Inhale, exhale, come a little deeper. Finding that balance. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we're jumping back to plank or chaturanga into our upward dog. Inhale here, exhale, come back to downward dog. Now we're going to lift with the right leg. So sweeping that right leg all the way, foot pointing up to the sky. We're going to bend the knee and we're going to stack the right hip over the left, opening up that side of the body, opening up the hips, trying to get that toe to come over as much as possible. And then inhale, we're going to draw that knee forward. Inhale, exhale, we're coming all the way back with that leg. And we're going to do that 5 more times. So inhale, as we draw the knee forward. Exhale, point back. Inhale, exhale back. 2 more times, staying strong through the hands, the shoulders. And 1 more, guys. Inhale and have it here and pump in the leg. Inhale and exhale. And stepping that foot down. Just finding our breath here a moment. Now, instead of going into our warrior 1, as we normally would do with our sun salutation B, we're going to come into our high lunge. So we're going to raise all the way in our high lunge. Inhale it here. And we're going to come on to the ball of the foot at the front as well. So finding that balance, coming onto the ball of the foot. We want to find our foundation first before we come up to this stance. Inhale and exhale. Staying here, 1 more breath. And placing that foot down, framing the foot with the hands. We're coming back to our plank. We're sending the shoulders forward, dropping through chaturanga into our upward dog. And pushing all the way back to downward dog. And just finding our breath here. So again, just connecting with that breath. Seeing our downward dog as that rest point. My students in class always laugh at me at that point, but downward dog is a rest, I promise. Inhale, exhale, and we're going to lift with the left side, and yeah, you've got that little sequence on the other side. So we're going to bend at the knee, we're going to stack the left hip over the right, opening up on that side, really trying to open up the hips here. Inhale, exhale, coming back, pointing that toe. And we're going to start to bend the knee as we send it forward. So we're going to inhale, pushing through the hands. Exhale, coming all the way back. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, back. We've got 5 more of these. Inhale and exhale. As we inhale, really rounding that spine, drawing the navel in towards the spine. And we've got 2 more. And it's going to be our last one. And we're going to hover here. So hovering that foot and just having a little pump of the leg here. Inhale and exhale, stepping that foot down. Just finding our breath here a moment. Taking inhale and exhale. And again, we're going to come on to our high lunge on the other side. So starting to raise all the way up. Raising with those hands. Inhale, exhale. Finding our foundation, then coming onto the ball of the foot on both sides. Finding that balance, staying strong here. And I've got a couple more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1 more. And dropping the hands to the floor, framing the foot. We're going to step back to our plank. And we're going to bring the knees wide and have a lovely child's pose. So just coming all the way down in our wide leg child's pose. And at this point, if we want a little sip of juice, of water probably help you, then doing so. Hopefully, I've still got you all with me. Can I see that you can see me? Just let me check. Oh, I know. Okay. So, coming all the way up to sit back on the heels here. And we're just going to have a little bit of a rest, working with the wrists and the shoulders before we go back up to our standing sequence. So we're just going to draw those wrists round and then bringing the left hand in front of us, pressing that palm down with the right hand. Now yoga, if you're fairly new to yoga, your wrists and shoulders will ache, and it is just a case of practice, and you get used to it. We use our wrists and hands with so much, so it's brilliant for that. So we're going to draw the hands up, we're going to drop the right hand, and we're going to bring the left to the elbow, stretching through here. Whilst we're doing this, just connecting with our breath, so just finding our steady rhythm of breath again. Fabulous. Come to all fours, popping back up to our downward dog. This cat has left so much hair on my lovely yoga mat. So pressing through those hands, we're going to look to the top of the mat, we're going to bend the knees, and we're going to have a little pop. Coming into our halfway lift. Exhale, float down. Now we're going to bring the hands behind us. Inhale here, exhale, we're going to come back to our chair and we're returning to the balls of the feet, so coming up onto those toes. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to start to rise still on our toes. Bringing those hands to Namaste. Stretching through and coming all the way back down. Okay, bringing those hands to the side. So we're going to go back through our sun salutation B again with a twist. So bringing feet hip width apart. We're going to inhale, drawing those hands up, sitting back. Inhale and exhale. Coming a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper. And all the way down. Opening those legs slightly. So just bringing the toes out, heels in. I'm going to start to walk the hands forward. Just stretching through. I'm not giving myself enough room for my ridiculously long arms. Stretching through as far as we can, opening up the hips here. Inhale, exhale, dropping the forehead. And then we're walking the hands back up. And we're bringing our hands to Namaste, opening up in Armalasana here. So drawing the elbows to the knees and trying to sit tall here. Again, just connecting with that breath. This is our little mini break. Inhale, exhale. Now placing the hands back on the floor, we're going to bring those feet straight. We're going to draw those hands up. Now, on the inhale, we're going to try and raise without bringing the hands onto the floor. So, coming up to the toes and starting to rise all the way up. Oh, finding that drishti, finding that balance. And then coming all the way back down and floating all the way. Now, each time we come into our forward fold, just recognizing if we feel a little bit more stretched now. Hopefully we do. Coming into our halfway lift. Exhale, bend to knees, placing the hands on the floor. We're going to jump back to our chaturanga with dog. Exhale, push back to downward dog. We're going to raise with that right leg. We're going to bend the knee and we're going to bring it forward. Now this time we're going to bring opposite knee to opposite elbow. So we're going to try and touch the left elbow, the right elbow, and come back. We've got 3 more of these. Left elbow, right elbow, and back. Coming through, opposite elbow, right elbow, and back. We've got 2 more, I think. I might have added an extra one on there. Coming back, and last one. And staying here, bringing that elbow to the outside and then pushing all the way back up. We're going to draw that knee all the way through, pressing that foot down, and we're going to drop with the left knee, pushing that pelvis forward. We're going to raise into our low lunge this time. Inhale, coming back into a slight back bend, looking up towards the sky. Exhale, bringing those hands down, and we're pushing back into our half split. Now we can either stay with the pointed toe, or if we want more of a hamstring stretch, then bringing that foot up. Inhale, exhale, coming back to our runner's lunge, tucking the toe, and we're pushing all the way back up to downward dog. And we're going to go over to the other side. So just taking a moment to connect with the breath here. Inhale, exhale. On the next, inhale, on my wardrobe. Stretching up with that left leg. And we're going to draw ourselves forward. So we're going to bring knee to opposite elbow, left elbow, and back. Opposite elbow, same elbow, and back. We've got 3 more, guys, staying strong. Right elbow, left elbow, and back. Opposite elbow, same elbow, back, and last one. And on the left elbow, just hovering here a moment, staying strong, and pushing back to our downward dog. Inhaling here, and exhaling. And I'm going to bring that left foot back up, and we're going to come forward with that foot, placing it down in between hands, dropping that right knee, sending the pelvis forward. Just connecting with the breath here. Trying to steady the breath as we come all the way up with the hands in our low lunge. Looking up towards the sky, pushing those hips forward. Coming into a slight back bend. Inhale. Exhale, drop the hands, push back to our half split. Lost my words there. So if we want to have more of a deeper stretch, then pulling that foot up. Inhale, exhale, floating down. Coming forward with the hips in our low lunge, placing the hands down, tucking the toe, and we're pushing all the way to our plank. Sending the body forward, dropping through chaturanga into our upward dog. And tucking the toes, pushing back to downward dog. And we're going to drop the knees and come all the way back into our child's pose. And again, using this child's pose as our little drink break. So if we want some water or some kind of substance, taking this time. Okay, guys. So having a little bit more of a rest in our child's pose. Just recognizing how our breath feels. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to start to round the spine, coming onto all fours. Tucking the toe, push back. I'm going to look towards the top of the mat, bending the knees, puffing forward. Lift. Exhale, floating all the way down. And drawing those arms behind us. Inhale, exhale, coming into our chair pose. And then we're coming all the way up, bringing those palms together. Just finding our breath here a moment. And then we're going to start to bring the weight slightly over to the left foot as we raise with the right foot. We've still got our hands in Namaste here. Lifting with that foot. Now we're going to start to come through our warrior three. So finding that balance, raising with that right foot, coming into our T shape. Inhale, exhale, start to bend that front knee and placing that back foot down. We're going to raise all the way into our warrior one. If we need to make our stance a little bit wider, then just heel toeing that foot forward. Inhale, exhale, bringing those hands to our cactus. And opening up the chest here. As we inhale, coming all the way up, exhale, bring them down. Now, I really want to imagine that something is pressing against those hands and our arms. So we don't want to be just coming down quite airy-fairy. We really want to be coming down. Imagine we're pushing weights, but we're using our body. So as we inhale, pushing up, exhale, down. Inhale up, exhale, down. One more, inhale up, exhale down. And we're going to bring ourselves forward. So leaning into that foot. We're going to interlace the arms. We're going to come all the way back, making sure that we're still bending into that front knee. Inhale, exhale down to the right hand side. Trying to bring our left shoulder to that left knee. And then drawing all the way back up, lifting with those hands. And we're going to step forward. Shaking through the legs a little here. And we're going to bring those hands back to heart center. We're going to lift with that left knee, finding that balance. Inhale, exhale as we start to send the body forward, finding our balance. Refinding our balance. If we fall out of it, one side will be worse than the other. This is definitely mine. Inhale. Exhale, start to bend into the front knee, step back and come into our warrior one on the other side. Again, if you need to widen on that stance, then doing so. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to start to come into these cactus arms on the other side. So imagine something's pressing against. Maybe we've got a ball and we're pushing it up, bringing it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, down. Drawing that navel in towards the spine. And one more. Then drawing those arms behind us. Inhaling. Exhale. Bringing that right shoulder down to the right knee. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to bring the hands to frame the foot. We're going to step back to our plank. Now we're going to bring the right foot over the left and we're going to start to turn the body into our full plank. Now if we want a modified version, we can drop that bottom knee, come into our modified version here. If not, staying with our full plank. Staying strong through those arms, trying to stack the arms one over the other. Staying here, we want to go up another level, bringing that right foot to the inside of the thigh. Inhaling here, and then we want to go even more up a level, bringing that foot all the way up and coming all the way down, sending the body forward, letting the body hang where it wants to. Now I'm going to float all the way to the top, head being the last thing to come up, and bring those hands down. Okay, now we're going to go into a little vinyasa here, just to bring ourselves down onto the other side. So we're going to inhale with those hands, exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, we're going to bend the knees, and we're going to jump back to our plank, staying here. Okay, so we're bringing the left foot over the right this time, and we're starting to turn the body, lifting with those arms. Again, if we need to modify, we can drop that bottom leg down. Otherwise, staying here. Option to come all the way up, bringing the foot to the thigh. Option to bring that leg all the way up. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, coming all the way down. And we're coming all the way to our child's pose. Resting that forehead on the ground. Again, if we want to get some water, then doing so. So we're bringing ourselves down to the mat now. You'll be pleased to hear. Inhale and exhale. Okay, I'm going to start to bring our bottoms all the way down, swinging those legs out. Okay, and having a little bit of a shake out of the legs here. Coming into our Dandasana. So sitting tall, stretching those legs out, bringing the hands to the side. Now we're going to do a little bit of arm work here. So I'm going to press into the hands. I'll demonstrate first. And I'm going to start to lift with the body. Now it might be a little movement, and we want to sort of round the body forward. So as we come up, we're going to inhale, exhale down. Inhale, exhale down. So it's only a little movement that our body moves off the ground, but just going through that. So we're going to do that 5 times. So bringing the hands to the side of the body. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. And 1 more. Coming all the way down. We're going to go into our forward fold. So inhaling as we lift the hand. Exhale, coming forward. Not worrying if we're not catching our feet here. Just letting the hands land where they land, not hand. Inhale, drawing that spine up. Exhale, come deeper. And if we need to bend the knees, then do so. And then starting to float all the way up. We're going to lift the hands again. Inhale. Exhale, come down again. Inhale. Exhale down again. And each time we inhale, making that space, exhale, floating down. And then sitting all the way back up. We're going to bring the hands slightly behind us, so about a hand's measurement away from the body. I'm going to, on the inhale, push up with the body into our reverse plank, looking up towards the sky here, trying to bring the toes down to the mat, so pointing those toes. Inhale, exhale down. Now we're going to bring the body forward, and we're going to start to bring the hands to the side of the body, slowly starting to round all the way down. And just wind wiping the legs from left to right. Just stretching through the body here. Just finding our breath. And then we're going to go into our last core exercise. So, pointing our body all the way down. So just having a little stretch here for a moment. Arms up, feet pointing down. And then we're going to bring the hands to the side of the body. Now, as we inhale, we're going to lift with the chest. So lift with the shoulders. And we're going to draw up that right leg. Inhale, we're going to swap it. So coming into a slight Pilates move here. So we're going to start to scissor with those legs. And inhaling and exhale, try to draw the shoulders up even more, drawing in the navel towards the spine. And tough. If you've got a cat, you might have to come a bit higher. Hello, sweetie. And drawing those legs in. Keeping hold of the right knee, we're coming down with the left. And just hugging that knee to us. And then swapping over, hugging that knee to us. And then bringing both feet to the ground. Just finding the back of the heels with the fingertips. We're pushing through on the inhale, through the hips, lifting into our bridge. Inhale and exhale. Drawing those knees together. Exhale, coming down. We're going to go into our bridge again. If we are familiar with our wheel pose, we can go into our wheel. So if you're going into a wheel, you can follow me. So you're bringing the hands to face the body. Bringing them by the shoulder. And we're going to start to peel the body off as though we're coming into our bridge. So starting to peel up and lifting with that body. Inhale. Start to try and straighten those legs. Inhale and exhale. Bringing those feet back and starting to bend the elbows, bringing the body all the way down. Imagine our body like a wave, so slowly bringing it back down. If we were in our bridge, then bringing our body all the way down and hugging the legs. Inhale and exhale. We're going to roll to the side of the body. Hello, sweetie. And come all the way up. Okay. So, coming to our comfortable seated position. And we're going to bring the right hand down to the mat. I'm going to stretch through the body on that side. So just stretching that left hand over. Inhale, exhale, swapping over side. So bringing the left hand down, right hand stretching. And then coming back to center. I'm going to inhale as we lift the arms over. Exhale, bringing them down to heart center. Just closing our eyes here. And then bowing forward. And thanking yourself for working very hard this morning, which means it's Easter Sunday. Get on to those eggs, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this class with myself and Toffel, of course. And as always, these classes are free. I want them to be as accessible as possible, especially during these times. the link in my bio, I do have a PayPal page. So if you do want to donate anything, if you want to pay anything for the class, then that would be amazing. But again, I'm aware of all our situations at the moment, so do not worry if not. So this class is out yoga. Tonight I have got a restorative yoga. So if this wasn't really your jam, maybe that one will be. So with that one tonight, you just want to grab a blanket, a pillow, yourself, a mat, a space, and it's one to get us a little bit sleepy for bed. I will be running it both on Instagram Live and YouTube Live, as long as my YouTube internet connection is working okay. And I'm sure she will be around, and the other one behind the scenes. But yes, I hope you all enjoyed that session, that you're feeling well worked out. I'm just going to come a little bit closer because I can't read my phone from here. I'll switch the YouTube Live off actually. So thank you guys for watching. And that one. Fab.